Okay, you want to avoid the coronavirus, right? You're watching the news, you're following the latest CDC guidelines, you're being vigilant, you're going crazy, right? The mass hysteria has seeped into our psyche at this point as we try to navigate through this minefield of a pandemic. And most people would agree that staying calm in the face of danger improves outcomes. But what we're actually seeing is that in an emergency situation, the masses resort to primal instincts. Fear takes over, people scramble, and we buy like 11,000 rolls of toilet paper. We end up digging in and bracing for impending doom. We fixate on it and read every doom and gloom article and watch 24/7 news stations. But of course, that only magnifies our fears. A little bit of fear is good, it's healthy. I mean, it kept us from combining Pop Rocks and soda when we were kids, right? But too much fear either paralyzes us or drives us to make impulsive decisions. And as a result, we end up in a fight or flight, cortisol-driven state, which compromises our immune system, which we kind of need to protect us from things like college dorm rooms and any place children are, and little things, like the coronavirus. Fixating on negative outcomes traps us in a box of fear, diminishing our ability to maintain the full potential of our faculties to respond to situations in real time. The solution? Stop trying to control the outcomes of your life. Our attachments to outcomes are the number one biggest obstacle getting in the way of us either achieving our desired outcomes or avoiding the ones that scare us. At first, I know this sounds like it makes no sense. After all, if you stop trying to avoid things like getting spinach stuck in your teeth, aren't you setting yourself up to be humiliated in life, to be a laughingstock? But when we look more closely, we realize that surrendering control not only liberates us from the stranglehold fear has over our life, but it actually leaves us in the best possible position to deal with whatever challenges we face. Once we stop spending our energy resisting an outcome, we have the opportunity to reallocate that energy towards any goal we want. I guarantee you'll still want to avoid things like spinach teeth and contracting a virus that appears to be reducing us to a civilization fit for a Mad Max movie. But in one scenario, we spend our life in a state of fight or flight, trying to resist negative outcomes, and we play not to lose. And we only have partial access to our potential. But in the other scenario, we spend our life playing to win, while having full access to our resources. And we can work towards figuring out the optimal approach to achieve our outcomes while moving forward in life. We don't have to possess the answers to life's unknowns. Yes, it's a scary world we live in, but we simply have to trust that when it's time to take action, we're going to move towards outcomes we'd like and try to avoid the less desirable ones. And if we're lucky, we'll live to reinforce what worked and modify what didn't. But either way, we're going to grow. So instead of getting sucked into the mass hysteria and swallowed whole by the fear of COVID-19, we can distill the relevant information and make the best decisions we can at the time. And beyond that, relax. Most of life is bigger than us anyway.